Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. The fact that you are willing to sacrifice a few minutes out of your day to consume my content really does mean the world to me. I just got back from watching The Sound of Freedom in cinemas in South Africa, and I have to say that was an experience. That was truly a phenomenal film. And there's been just a ton of rumors going around on the internet right now about what this film is, what it represents, what its intentions are. And I want to break all of that down. This is more of a pursuit of the truth than it is an actual review of the movie. Just quickly, the movie was great, the performances were amazing, and the message is hard hitting. But there's been a ton of controversy surrounding this film, and I really want to address that. So first things first, I have seen so many rumors talking about how this film is a power fantasy, how it's QAnon, how it's faith baiting, how it's ultimately just a work of fiction. That is not the case. I sat there knowing all of these rumors, watching this movie, not knowing what anyone was talking about. This is not a QAnon film. There are faith-based elements in the movie, but this is not a faith-driven story. In fact, I think God is referenced maybe 2 or 3 times in the entire movie, and one of them is through probably one of the coolest movie lines ever, which is the one you see in the trailer, "God's children are not for sale." That is just such a cool line, and John Caviezel did a great job delivering it. Awesome performance by him, by the way. This movie is based on the true story of Tim Ballard and his fight against child trafficking and the sex trade. Why would you not want people to know about this story? It's incredibly powerful, it's incredibly moving, and it faces a very true reality. In fact, this is even addressed in the movie, and I brought this up in several videos in the past. There are more slaves in the world today than at any other point in history. Even at points in history where slavery was legal, there's more slaves in the world today. That's disgusting. It's terrible. And millions of those slaves are sex slaves. And millions of those millions are minors. This is a booming industry that makes billions upon billions of dollars a year, preying on the innocent. So I have no idea why people would want to bury this film when all it's trying to do is raise awareness about an incredibly serious matter. These are innocent children, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, who have their innocence stolen from them daily. The only moments of peace they get is when they go to bed, and I can guarantee you those are plagued by nightmares. This is a very serious reality for millions of people. So yes, the movie is based off of the real life story of Tim Ballard trying to fight against this broken system, trying to rescue these people. And if you want to, spin the story that this movie is trying to be larger than life, many elements of this movie were actually made smaller by scale than what happened in reality. In fact, in the movie, Tim Ballard and his team only saved 54 kids on the criminal island. In reality, that number was around 123, if I'm not mistaken. Almost double. So not only has there been a whirlwind of miscommunication and rumors going around this film, but this film was actively shelved. This movie was being produced by 20th Century Fox, and when Disney bought it, they shelved it. They put it up for purgatory. They didn't want this movie to be released. Why would you not want a movie that tackles this theme to be released? There's obviously so much more going on around the world that really rich, really powerful, really influential people don't want us to know. And that's a scary thought. But this movie does a good job of reminding us we live in a broken world, we live in a scary world, but there is hope. There is hope that good people will stand up and do something about it. I'm reminded of a quote, and I never remember who said this, but it basically says, all it takes for evil to succeed is for a good person to do nothing. And this movie is a great example of that. If it wasn't for Tim Ballard stepping up to do what was right, the evil would have continued and evil would have won. But good people need to stand up and face evil. So guys, I would highly recommend you check out this film. I'm incredibly excited to talk to you guys about it. If you have watched it, actually let me know down in the comments below. And if you haven't, I would highly recommend you check it out. If you're worried about prices, something that's actually incredibly awesome that's happening is that there's a pay it forward system going on. What that means is people who want to sponsor tickets for other people can. So if you're worried that you won't be able to afford to buy a ticket to go watch this movie, you can go into the website and you can see if you can claim any of the tickets there. Right now, from my understanding, this is only available to viewers in America, but hopefully it spreads across the world. But ultimately, the stars and the directors and the producers of this movie basically said that they didn't want price to be a barrier to entry to watch this movie. This is a message that they want everyone to know about. So yes guys, thank you so much for watching my review, or rather just discussion around this film. I'd love to know your thoughts. I'd love to know whether you've watched this film, whether you haven't, if you've heard any of the rumors, or if you even heard about any of the crazy things that go on in the cinemas in America. Because people are actively trying to cancel showings of this movie, which just blows my mind. But guys, if you did enjoy this video, please give me a like. Do not be afraid to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I hope to see you again in another review.